I wanted to share a memory of 45 years ago. This Matzah Shabbos will be 45 years since I saw Rabbi Soloveitchik, Rabbi Yosef Ber Soloveitchik, aka the Rav, come to 770. I think it was a Monday night. It might have been January 12th, 1980. It was January 1980. And it was the Farbrengen of Yud Shvat, Motzoi Yud Shvat, the night after Yud Shvat, going into the 11th of Shvat. And the Rav came. It was an awesome situation. It was really awesome. The Rav came in, and everyone, stood up to not just honor him and be respectful of who he is, but to show him that we, Chabad, Lubavitcher Hasidim, cherish who he is and what he represents, going back to his grandfather, Reb Chaim Brisker, and Reb Chaim Vlozhner, and in a sense, even the Vilna Gaon. And we'll talk about that in a moment. And a few minutes later, the Rebbe came in, and they shook hands. I have this on the cover of my new book called Chabad in Yeshiva University. Every time I think about it, especially this year, because it's 45 years from that historic day, historic night, I'm overwhelmed with emotions. I really am. Because this, to us, was the culmination, the end of 200 plus years of bickering and fighting between what's called Hasidim, Chabad, and Misnagdim. Now, you're probably wondering, Rabbi Dalfin, how can you say that? There's still Misnagdim out there. First of all, the Rebbe said there are no more Misnagdim today. So, I'm his chassid, I follow what he says, and I can tell you also, from meeting people and traveling and lecturing and all kinds of things, that the Rebbe is right. There are no misnagdim today. You know, there are still people who don't have the information. And because they don't have the right information, they're living with past ideas. So it's our job to inform them, to share the information with them. And that's what I do in my books and my lectures and my podcasts, is to share the information. Okay. So that night, when the Rebbe and the Rav meet, and the Rav sat down, and his driver asked him several days later, Rebbe, I thought you were only going to stay for 15 minutes, because he already had Parkinson's at the time. And it's very hard to sit still, because the body movement and all of that. So the Rav said in Yiddish, Oib ich wollt gewen, a chosid wollt ich schon erzählt a moifes. If I would be a chassid, I would relate a miracle with the Rebbe. What would it be? That he sat there and his legs were not shaking. And when he saw his legs are not shaking from the Parkinson's, he sat longer and longer. And he was there, I think like an hour and a half or so, an hour and a half to 2 hours. I don't recall the exact time, but he was there for quite a long time. And when he left, Rabbi Schachter, who was there with him, you'll see some of the pictures, the same Rabbi Schachter who was the rabbi who liberated the Holocaust, 1945, asked him, Rebbe, was sagt ihr? He says, I knew that he was knowledgeable, but he's a real manig, he's a real leader. Now, I don't say these things to push, my father is greater than your father, my teacher is better, my Rebbe is greater than your gadol. It's foolish and stupid to think that way. Everyone has their greatness, everyone has their cup of tea, etc., right? But think about 5,000 people in a room with these two Torah giants, and not just giants of information, giants who gave an approach to thousands and thousands of Jews, and who give an approach to thousands of Jews. This is awesome. This is emotional. This is unbelievable. And in Yiddish, this is gewaldig. This coming Motzei Shabbos, this Shabbos is Yud Shvat. 75 years of our Rebbe's leadership from 1950 to 2025 is this coming Shabbos. And Motzei Shabbos is that same night, except it's Motzei Shabbos, not Monday night, that the Rebbe verbringt and verbrings. Where is he verbringing? Right here. Through our verbringen. And that's my message to you, and I leave this with you today for the week to please think about it. And you don't have to be a chassid. Do something for both of these Talmidei Chachamim, both of these leaders, the Rebbe and the Rav. Do something for them. I humbly suggest to make another class, both in Chassidus, in particular the Rebbe's Torah, the Rebbe's teaching, and in the Rav's Torah. That's in Torah, in learning, in Avodah, in prayer, to daven with more kavanah, to pour your heart out to Hashem. Listen on YouTube, they have a clip of the Rav speaking about how he remembers davening Yom Kippur with Reb Chaim. Just listen to that. There's English subtitles. You'll melt. Okay? And that's coming from the Misnagid, the Brisker. And the Rebbe, of course, the Rabbi, the Rebbe, the seventh leader of the Lubavitcher movement, from the Alter Rebbe, Avodas HaTfilah, how important it is to daven and daven b'kabona and daven with intensity, etc. And finally, Gemilas Chasodim, acts of benevolence and kindness, starting with giving tzedakah to institutions, both of Lubavitch and for those that are followers of the Rav, Yeshiva University, Young Israels, to give tzedakah, both here in Eretz Yisrael, because we do need, and after all, both the Rebbe and the Rav have their people today on the ground in Eretz Yisrael in various capacities. And they need tzedakah, to give tzedakah to Eretz Yisrael, and then to give tzedakah here. But tzedakah isn't just a dollar bill or a check, or today bitcoins and cryptocurrency and all of that. Tzedakah also tzedakah benefesh u beguf. There's three types of tzedakahs: charity with your soul, charity with your body, charity with your money. One should do all three if they can. Charity with their soul means take from your time and teach someone else who doesn't know. Give your soul away. Charity, beguf, physical. Their tire is flat, needs help, bend down, fill it up with air and help them. Go visit someone in a nursing home. Beguf. These are just examples. And tzedakah, charity with money, is as I said earlier. There's a lot to say, and there's a lot to think about. It's Tuesday before, it's Zayin Shvat, I believe, yeah? Or Vav Shvat, sorry, today is Vav Shvat. We have another 4 days to prepare ourselves for Yud Shvat, and on this day, the day when the Frierdiker Rebbe's soul returned to Hashem, it's the Yortzeit of Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak, Ben Reb Sholem Doiber, Schneerson, and it's the day when our Rebbe became our leader and continues the day. We ask Hashem to once again bring back these two great luminaries of Torah and mitzvahs and Yiddishkeit and hadracha and guidance, and stop with all of these, I'm this party and this party. Stop that. Stop. It's foolish, silly, and it's old-fashioned. It's out the window. We're all one. You want to wear a beard? Put a beard on. You don't want to wear a beard? Don't wear a beard. Hasidim, based on Kabbalah, believe the right way is to wear a beard. Litvaks say you don't have to wear a beard, or if you wear a beard, it could be this way, that way. I'm not taking a position. There's Svarim written about that. I'm just giving examples. This is not the time to point fingers. You're right, I'm right, he's right, she's right. Let's stop that. Let us focus on that night, 1980, Yud Shvat, January 1980, when the Rav and the Rebbe met in 770. That's right, in 770. And shook hands and greeted each other and smiled at each other and spoke with each other. And I felt it was so palpable. It was like they were hugging each other and kissing each other. Two people who came out of the ashes, pre-Holocaust, Russia, communism, Zionism, humanism, intellectualism, fighting, First World War. The Rebbe was born in 1903, the Rebbe in 1902. 1905, the Russian-Japanese War. 1914, the First World War. 1939, the Second World War. Then the Korean War. Then the Vietnam War. Then the Six-Day War. Then the Yom Kippur War. They lived through all of that. Wow. 100 years, roughly. 100 years. That's a lot of time. So let's stop being petty. This pettiness is stifling. It's time to say enough. And let's learn Torah. Let's learn Chassidus. Let's give tzedakah. Let's embrace each other and learn from each other. God bless you all. A good day and only good things. L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim. To life, to life, to life. And Mashiach should come now.